Hey guys, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna try to do a video maybe once a week if you guys like my videos, and I will keep doing them, so we'll see how that goes. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I would appreciate that, and you can see all my other videos that I've done. So what I'm going to be talking about today is something that's a little more bit controversial that most people don't like to talk about, but I just feel like it's a very important issue to address, and it's going to be coming from a Christian's perspective and what I feel about it, and that is pornography. And it is definitely a hard topic to talk about, and most people don't like to talk about this kind of issue, but it's become to the point today where it's become a worldwide thing where it's considered a strong addiction, and a lot of people struggle with it, and it has very serious consequences. And I recently wrote a paper on this for one of my classes, and and I really didn't know so much about it until I had to do this paper on it, and so I just feel like it's something that should be addressed, especially with how common it is today and how it's come to the point where it's gotten so bad and it's being used more and more every day. If you see some of the statistics about pornography, it's just shocking to see what is there. And you would be amazed by what they have, like even the stuff that I found. And it used to be a point where it was more common for men to struggle with pornography, but now today it's become so more involved that now more women have been struggling with it. I found something where it says 70% of men struggle with it and 30% women, and that's quite a bit for women. It used to be a point where it was mostly men that had that issue, but now it's changed so much that now women struggle with it just as much, and it can be just as bad for women and have just as bad consequences. But I'm going to be talking about basically how to overcome it and how you can look to God and how God can help you overcome this addiction, because any addiction is treatable. Any addiction can change. You can overcome any addiction. You can overcome anything, no matter what you're struggling with. And it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and we all have these times, and we all go through things that we don't know how to handle, and but no matter what it is, if you look to God, God is really the best answer to help you overcome this, and with pornography, being one of them. But my first thing I'm going to address here is don't hate yourself for it. If you're someone who struggles with pornography, don't hate yourself. We're not perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, even people who's Christians, like even me as a Christian. I still make mistakes sometimes, and I'm not perfect. We all have these problems. We all have addictions. We all have these things that we deal with. But don't hate yourself for it. And it doesn't mean that you're a horrible and disgusting person. It doesn't mean that at all, because you're not. And God still loves you no matter what you do in your life. He will always love you no matter what. No matter if you're dealing with a porn addiction, if you're dealing with some other kind of addiction, He will always love you. He will always be there for you. He will never let go, and He wants to help you. And it's hard because you have these temptations, with pornography being a temptation, because it's so engraved so much in our culture today, and it's something that a lot of people are into, and with the internet being so worldwide, and so it's so easy to access, and so that's why it's become such a thing, and such a huge thing. And but if you are someone who is living by a Christian's perspective, it's not as hard. But even if you're someone who's not a Christian, you can still help. God can still help you with this issue. And the best thing you can do is just pray about it. Pray for God to help you overcome this addiction. Pray for God to help you be drawn away from this temptation, because the more that you look at it, the more darkness you're taking in. There's a scripture in the Bible about darkness. The stuff that you see with your eyes are taken in darkness, and you're going to fall into more darkness. And that's just what the enemy wants. The enemy wants to bring you down and wants you to sin. And this is something that he wants you to do, and you can't let the enemy get to you. You have to flee from the enemy and look to God. And God is the only person who can keep you out of this sin and keep you away from it, no matter how much the devil tempts you. The best thing you can do is pray to him and have Jesus in your heart, and that can easily keep him away and keep him from attacking you. And that's praying about it will really help you, and God will talk to you and he will help you. You are never too far gone for God to rescue you. God will always rescue you, no matter how too far gone. You're never too far gone for him. No matter how deep you're into this addiction, no matter how much it's consumed your life, God will always rescue you no matter what. He will pray. You can pray. He will be there for you. He will help you. He will rescue you. He will help you come out of this addiction and come out of this and come out of that sinful lifestyle and doing this and watching this. And but just don't hate yourself. You're not a horrible person. Everybody has these problems that they deal with. Just admit to God and talk to him, and he will get you through it. He will be there for you. He will help you overcome this. He will give you strength and courage and wisdom to step away from it and say, that's enough. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to look at it. And not just that, but if you think about the consequences of porn and see how much of a bad effect it has and how much it really, really destroys a relationship, and it can destroy a person so much inside, then you will really see, dealing with temptation is one of the hardest battles you will ever go through. It really is. That's the truth. It's a very, very hard battle to go through, especially with being a Christian. Sometimes you're tempted every day in this world with what's going on in the world, but when you have the love of Christ inside you and you have that strong faith, it's much easier to deal with that temptation and much easier to just say no to something and to let go of it, And God has your back no matter what. And if you just see what it can do to you, it can destroy a marriage, it can destroy someone's life, make them depressed, it can sometimes make them suicidal, it can hurt a marriage, it can hurt the person's family, it can really have some bad consequences. You won't be in love with your spouse anymore, you won't want to be intimate with them, you'll just be thinking about this all the time, will be on your mind. It can really destroy a person if you just look and see how many consequences it has and what it can do to a person. It can affect them for the rest of their life. It's hard to recover from that kind of thing, But bottom line is, God has your back. No matter what, he's there for you. He loves you. He'll always be there for you. And God will rescue you from this addiction, whether it's porn, whether it's something else, whether it's, no matter what is going on in your life, he'll rescue you from this sin, and he will draw you out and pull you into his world. And once you have God in your heart and Jesus, this won't be so much of a problem anymore. But I just want you guys to know that no matter how far deep you're in, he will always help you, and he will always rescue you. So I hope that this video was helpful in a way, and if you know someone who's dealing with porn, with this addiction, you can talk to them about this. Maybe talk to them about some of the stuff that I said. Tell them about God, and let them know that there's ways that they can get help, and let them know that they're not a horrible person, and that no matter how deep they're in, they can get help. So I hope that this will help you guys in a way, if there's anyone out there struggling with it. So feel free to subscribe to my channel if you would like, or comment. Let me know what you think, and hopefully I'll make more videos in the future. Okay, bye.